Yeah, I don't really know where to start. Well, it depends on, like you said, how much you want to get into.
Yeah, I don't want to go too much into the alcohol bit. Well,
I think it's a justifiable kind of question.
So guys, you can see we're back. I've got a little bit to go on about. I've got to tell you precisely what happened. A little bit of a naughty boy. We'll start from the end of the UFC. Right, so taking it back to the UFC. So I retired 2018. The last guy I fought was Carlo Perdicilli. I lost that fight on split decision. I thought I'd won. It was the same day Wonderboy fought Darren Till. Darren Till did the same as what I did. Put Wonderboy down, I put my opponent down. I landed the bigger, better shots. He just threw more.
Oh! Straight left. Oh, and it gets up Pedersoli, and he's on his back. Great work by Scott. This is where his neck attacks come into play. Good work by Pedersoli.
But Darren won his fight. I didn't. I thought it was quite harsh. After that, I popped for a drugs test for cocaine or the metabolites that break it down. I can't remember taking it, so that's a bit more annoying.
How far after the fight was it?
Oh, I popped and they sent another one round 6 weeks after the fight.
Yeah, so you did a piss test before the fight.
Yeah,
they didn't tell you. Did they tell you the results? Did you know?
No, they didn't let you know for ages. They turned up roughly 5 a.m. I think it was on a Monday morning, just before work. So I was going to make me late, and I just told them to fuck off. I said I've already retired. I've already emailed the UFC saying I don't want to do it anymore. I said I won't fight MMA ever again. So don't worry about that. Even though I was looking at rising, and then and I just said, mate, fuck off. Closed the door, and he waited there, and I felt a bit guilty, and he goes, can you at least sign this so I can leave? So I just signed it, and then he left. He was all right about it. I mean, I didn't have to tell him to fuck off, so he was doing his job. And then after that, they gave me a 2-year ban, so that's why I got the 2-year ban.
It was a 2-year ban or a 10-grand fine, wasn't it?
Well, I'm paying fuck all, I didn't get
exactly, well, that's the thing, yeah, so you chose the 2-year ban.
And then I took the 2-year ban, and I was like, because they offered me 6-month ban to start off with.
Yeah, if you paid the 10 grand.
I can't remember what it was, mate. I got no details. I know I was going to get fined for it, I think. It wasn't like it was performance enhancing. If anything, it was the opposite. I retired. I had a kickboxing bout, which a lot of you, if you have been watching the old Fight Perfect, you would have saw that was one of our first videos we'd done. Went on the West as mad to do just a low-level pro kickbox. I'll say low level. The guy was ranked.
Yeah.
Stuart George, I think his name was. Nice guy. I think I just beat him with. I threw a lot more punches than he did.
But you went down there for conditioning. You didn't want to go down there and knock him out. You wanted to see if you could do 3 rounds.
I just wanted to see if I could do it as well. But I didn't perform the best, but I did perform all right. I got some good footwork in there. I'm a better boxer than I am kickboxer as well, which will lead on to another bit in a bit. After that, I went on a bit of a bender for about 2 years. Yeah. I reckon it was 2 years. I went on a bit of a bender, and I was constantly chasing a high, constantly trying to get that high adrenaline, try and chase that. It was not the best thing. I mean, I didn't help. I was surrounded by other people with like-minded, wanted to go out and get pissed up all the time. It wasn't good. My relationship, my ex-girlfriend, deteriorated. We ended up breaking up. Well, she left me. Fucking fair play to her, I'll tell you that. Leave the baggage behind. Yeah, so obviously being in that state all the time, always let myself down, everyone else down as well. The filming had to stop.
So July, DKU announces that he wants a boxing match. That was against completely all of the running of the odds. No one thought he was ever going to get in the ring. And we decided to call him out at the beginning of September. We made that little video where we were over at Sweatbox. You were coaching a couple of pro fighters, bringing them up. And you were doing all right. You had a good little team growing.
Yeah, but a good team.
But at the same time, you know what it's like being at your level, training amateurs and training pros and doing the beginner MMA class. It's a little bit soul destroying, I can imagine.
It does, and then my biggest weakness, if I get bored, that's when I start, oh, where's the nearest pub? Oh, where's the nearest garage? Where's the nearest shop? Sorry, that was really, really tramping me saying that. Where's the nearest garage? Rah.
But the fact that that was your go-to,
Yeah.
is obviously it was the easiest thing for you to do, and you were struggling at the time.
Yeah, COVID didn't help either, did it?
No.
Having been made to stay in, bored to death. What, you can only watch Netflix for so long before you start, you know.
Drinking, literally.
Yeah, literally. And it's
Well,
like,
it's a
my
euphemism,
mum and dad
but
love
it's
to
true.
drink too. So
Yeah.
it's even worse. So there's an unlimited supply of alcohol in the house. And we're all drinking. My girlfriend at the time was drinking too. She's not innocent as well. She in comparison to us three, she's a fucking saint. But no, we were drinking all the time. And I think a lot of that was literally, it was boring.
So I kept trying to come over to Sweatbox and film with you, but it was hard to film when you're middle of classes. You got one-on-ones, sort of 5, 6 a day. And at the same time, I could see that you were not in the right frame of mind to be creative.
I've always been standing this, hands up, standing this way, and I've always been getting the, don't do that, remember what he said, lean that way. Yeah, there'd be a minge, lean that way. You've always got to deal with it.
No, it's hard to be creative with beginners.
Yeah, no, but just hard to be creative when your mind is impaired. You were struggling, I could tell that you were struggling, which is why I suggested we need to call out DKU, because we knew that Zhu Jiaodong wasn't going to make it.
In all fairness, we did bet on that pretty much.
Yeah, well, he couldn't leave China, and he did a video in like the beginning of September, said this wasn't going to happen. So we did the call out and said, look, we'll be there.
12月份只能是往后推了，但是确实是因为疫情这个时候。
So I'm officially calling out DKU. But I'm game. I officially call you out.
Well, when you say we, there was no we involved. You were calling them out.
Yeah,
on my
I was.
behalf. None of those emails
Hey,
or
yeah,
comments.
I know. None of
I've
the
never
comments
sent
were you.
anything.
It was all me. I will.
None of those
100%
comments. I don't even
But
have the password for YouTube.
Like I said in the press conference, behind every great fighter is usually a manager, which is trying. And I'm not saying great fighter. I'm just trying to say that there has to be someone that does the setups. There has to be someone who makes the connections, signs the paperwork, and gets the fighter enthused to actually start the fight and actually get it rolling. But then things kind of went a little bit downhill after that, didn't they? We didn't hear from him for
Well, yeah,
nearly
but
2
it was
months.
convenient. He waited for me to post a picture of me
On
in
holiday.
the sun with a cocktail, with a fag in my hand, cigarette if anyone's American. And then,
But you had a nasty little accident in between there.
yeah, I had a bit of an accident, hit a dare, that didn't go very well. Rolled the car, not very good, pulling chunks of glass out my face.
Yeah, that wasn't,
then,
wasn't very fun. Well, let's go back to that. So, can we talk about the alcoholism on that side of things?
No, I wasn't drunk then.
No, but you've been drinking the night before.
I've been drunk the night before, but I wasn't drunk when I drove.
No.
No.
But you were impaired to an extent.
Tired, I expect, as well.
Tired,
I
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
slept.
Tired, depressed, and also just give a fuck, you know? Crash a car, shit happens. You were in a bad state. And that was what was really scary for me as your friend, to see you in that state.
Yeah, I was sore.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I got a phone call at 6 in the evening from you saying I'm strapped to a stretcher at Bath RUH. I've crashed my car. Can you come and bring me some clothes? Because I'm led here like basically half naked because they cut the top off you, didn't they? Because you were asleep. Yeah, well, you were unconscious.
Unconscious, mate. Yeah, sleep would be nice because I would.
Yeah. Sleep would have been at least a rest.
Sleep would have been nice.
Yeah.
When you're unconscious, you get
Well,
woke up.
You ran wide on the corner, you clipped the curb, rolled the car through some trees, and the car was upside down, and it was far enough away from the road, and it was at the right time of year where it was dark. Like,
Yeah, no one would have seen me. I would
no
have
one
been
would
there
have
for
seen you.
ages.
No one would have
But I
seen
got
you.
a lovely lady woke me up. She started banging on my collarbone.
Oh.
Obviously, you can imagine the pain I was in. Said I had
Yeah.
a hairline fracture. So I sort of woke up. She's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Well, sorry." I was upside
Where am
down
I?
looking
Yeah.
at. I was like, "Hang on, what's
Laying
happened
on the
here?"
sunroof.
I got like I don't know if anyone has been knocked out before. Your memory's not quite in the right place. You don't know what the fudge is going on. And yeah, then obviously Joe picked me up. I discharged myself in jail, but I get a lift.
I went to the accident site and got your wallet, your training bag, and any incriminating evidence that might have been in the car. Things like leftover bottles from other days, and we just didn't want the police to turn up, find anything, and then potentially
Yeah.
have a case against you.
Yeah.
So we swung by the
Use
car.
something that's not legit against
Exactly,
me,
yeah. So I turned up at the hospital and I was expecting to just give you some clothes, have a word with you, and then go home. And as we're pulling up into the hospital, I get a phone call saying, I've discharged myself, I'm outside, come get me.
In underwear.
Yeah.
No, I was in a gown.
Yeah, you were
I
in
was
a gown. Yeah, I chucked you the clothes, you put them on, and then you jumped in my very low car with a busted shoulder,
Whiplash,
blood,
claret everywhere.
like literally chunks of skin missing from your face.
That's why I
Your
grow the beard
hands
now.
were a mess. You were covered in glass scratches.
Not so pleasant.
And yeah, it was like riding with a zombie. Because
tell you what was good, though.
you were very heavily concussed.
I tell you what
Being
was
knocked
good.
out by a window for 2 hours.
Yeah, my face is the one that smashed the window.
Yeah.
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 That was all good. The deer died though. Right? The deer is dead. And I had such a point to prove. Because I was like, I know I hit a fucking deer. Went back and I found the deer. I was like, motherfucker, justice. Yeah. But it was too far gone to take it home and put it in the fridge.
Yeah. No, I remember driving you home, and the first thing you wanted to do was get a bottle of whiskey. Because one, you were probably going through some form of alcohol withdrawal, you were in a lot of pain, and you were depressed and sad, and obviously coming to the realization that you smashed your only form of transport. This was mid-October, and you were still trying to train, still trying to coach people with a broken collarbone, heavily concussed, bruised.
Still hurts now, that's why I just touched it.
Bruised all over, bits of glass still in your face, which we didn't find for about 2 weeks, did we?
Yeah.
A piece of glass. You'd fully healed before you cut it out of your face.
I can't even show you the picture because I don't think I've got it anymore. I think
the
Emma's
video-
got it on her phone.
I think you've, yeah, I think
I might have sent it
does
to you.
exist, yeah.
Because I had a bit of glass stuck in there that had healed over. And I thought, that feels a little bit hard for scar tissue. I thought, I'll have a squeeze. I went, oh, getting all excited. I love shit like that. Oh yeah, glass. Oh, more glass. So I can make a fucking window out of this. So at least we know what broke the window in the face.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, then we tried to have a couple of weeks of filming, which just weren't very successful. The video quality was a little bit
Well, I couldn't
shy.
do anything either. I was crippled.
No, exactly. And then you decided to take a holiday with your dad because you needed a bit of one-to-one time with your dad to try and talk you through.
Yeah, which is convenient because we're going there to help me with my drinking. And we had a
All we
good
did was
time.
get pissed up.
And all we did was do exactly as I would. Men often, no, I drank a lot less.
Yeah.
I'd come down a lot less. Just watched Joe lean over to adjust the camera. It was like, I had to look at him to see if he was even moving.
Mate, I broke my neck last year.
Oh,
I'm still
God.
fucked. My dexterity in my fingers is terrible.
Is it still bad?
Oh, mate, yeah, I can't do it.
Mine
Well,
was
you
never
watched me
good.
trying to fucking handwrite a minute ago. My hands don't work properly.
My handwriting's shit and I got nothing wrong with me. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so obviously I was on holiday. Great time, by the way. Went to a lovely place called Cactus Jack's where every day they'd ask the same quiz questions and we were still getting it wrong by day 7. I was sat by the pool like proper tramp, clothed where I refused to wear suntan lotion. So because I hate
Well,
the
you're
feeling
ginger. You burn very easy.
So I just put, and I've been sunburnt in the shade before, mate. It's
Yeah, yeah.
vile. A nice cocktail, can't remember what it was. Probably a Long Island iced tea, know me, because it's the strongest. I was smoking, which is not healthy at all. And then all of a sudden, got a notification. Scroll through. DKU. So it goes, hello, sir, or something like that. I was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck? Yeah, at least he knows the priorities. He's got my rank right. Yeah, I'm the captain compared to you, bitch. And you go, hello, sir. He was like, and then what was the date? Was it October the 8th?
It was way later than that. It was middle of November.
Was it? Yeah, but I think I was on holiday.
No,
like
you
October.
you broke your collarbone October 14th. We then had a couple of weeks. It was like the beginning of November.
Was it? Because when was the
Yeah.
fight? Just before Christmas, wasn't it?
December 6th. So roll back 9 days to November 28th. I picked you up November 27th. So the 20th of November, you went on holiday.
Yeah,
You were there, you're away for a week. You got back on the
and
27th.
So I had 3 weeks
Yeah.
before I had to be in Korea for the fight. And I had a week left of holiday. I did go for runs. No, I'm not lying. I did go for run. I went for 2 runs. I fucking nearly died. Put the cigarettes down straight away till later on. So, I'm not as fit as I used to be. I thought, I wonder how far I've ran. I thought, it's got to have been 5 miles. It was like 2.5 miles in half an hour. I was like, Christ, this is not looking good. But I've still got 6 2-minute rounds. Is it 6.2s or 6.3s?
It's 6.3s.
I can't believe I've done that. Oh yeah, I wasn't getting hit.
No.
It makes it a lot easier when you're not getting punched, because when you're just doing the punching, I was like, I couldn't believe
Well, you were covering more miles chasing him than you were.
than I was running in Lanzarote, yeah. Turns out, yeah, probably got about 4 miles in that fucking fight. Yes, and then at the end of the holiday, that's where I met my now girlfriend Emma. That's why I now live in Oxford, guys. I don't live anywhere near you anymore.
Calne, Wiltshire, but where we kind of grew up, which is why it was so easy for us to film together for the best part of 2.5 years. Now you live
hour and a half
75 miles from me.
We come a different way today. It was less.
Was it really?
Well impressed, but it took a lot longer to get here.
Yeah, we had traffic.
Being Oxford, 15-minute city, and they shut all the main roads off.
Yeah.
It leaves very few roads left, so they're always chock-a-block. Anywhere I go, it takes forever. So fuck 15-minute cities.
Yeah,
sort that shit out. Stop charging us to drive through cities as well. You even got to charge me a tenner to go to Bristol now. Fuck's sake. Back to the story.
Anyway, so you get home from Lanzarote and you move in with me because
COVID
there was no
because of COVID.
Yes,
remember?
yeah. So it was pre-COVID. Yeah, we were terrified that you were going to get.
Yeah, because I was getting beforehand.
And that was a hellish 9 days. Like I was trying to keep you sober, drive you back and forth to training, find you sparring partners that were
tested negative.
Yeah.
Because they were looking for any excuse.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we were worried that the police were going to come knocking on any gym door we were at and shut us down.
Yeah.
We had to I had paperwork. I had emails printed off to say that you were a professional fighter and that we were going to be going somewhere for a proper fight. And it was a hard 9 days. Like I found empty bottles of booze in coat pockets and in drawers in the bedroom, trying to keep you on diet. I spent like £400 on you in 9 days. Like
healthy
food. Driving you around, I had to re-kit your wardrobe out. We had to get all of our custom T-shirts and stuff. Like we had to get Dom to come out of COVID lockdown again and print us all this stuff.
Cheers, Dom.
Yeah, it was
quite cool though.
Days.
And then the flights. Oh, I don't know if you mentioned this.
Yeah.
Business class. Ooh, what do you say?
It was fun. Yeah, the flights were fun, but the whole experience was a nightmare. We haven't really dived into this, and we didn't talk about it in the other videos of Korea
because we were still in Korea.
Yeah, and I didn't want to expose the game of how much stress we were under because it was a possible excuse. But
we were separated for 24 hours because you went to COVID prison.
Oh, I went to COVID prison.
and they you two cuddle. They thought we were gay, boyfriend and boyfriend.
Yeah,
which is gay.
They were like, you too, and they're like,
they're trying to you know cuddle. I don't want to do an impression because that we're called racist. You know, don't cuddle. No, it's like they're like, do you cuddle? No, cuddle. And they separated us. I can't be my battery because what's his name? Come on back.
Yeah. Well, no, let's go back again. What happened at the airport, Brad?
Oh, I fell asleep.
And then what happened, Brad?
Someone took a thing away.
What's the thing?
A member of staff, a suitcase.
The suitcase.
With all our shit in it.
All of your fighting clothes, all of my camera equipment.
About 10 grand's worth.
Yeah, everything. Our entire suitcase was gone because someone fell asleep at the airport. To be fair,
in all fairness, I was waiting for hours.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they
said... meanwhile, I was on the bus driving an hour away to the centre of Seoul to go to this frigging COVID prison. Screaming. I was on the phone. I got threatened to be arrested because there were police on the bus and I was on the phone. I was going, you need to go and get Brad from the airport now.
I'm a battery flat.
They're like, where is he? I said, he's at the fucking airport. You knew when we were arriving. He's like, okay, I'll be there in a few hours. I'm like, no, you leave now.
I reckon it was...
Leave now.
3 hours?
Yeah.
I was there for 3 hours. I didn't even have a card on me, money card. No. I had nothing on me. Right? So I had no way of getting money. And then my battery went to zzz. I was like, shit. And as I looked up, there's a guy with an iPhone. It just says Brad Scott. And I was like, me? Yeah.
But by then you'd already lost the suitcase. And you just jumped in his van and left.
Fell asleep, mate. Bad times.
And I was in a COVID prison with a big mirror on the wall, which was definitely a two-way.
Yeah.
Two-way.
One way, sorry.
One-way mirror, so you could see through it. And there was a mirror in the big mirror in the bathroom, and I was like, they're definitely watching me have a shit and have a shower and stuff.
Wanking. Probably had him up on some camera.
Just watching the internet, mate. Just monitoring my internet usage.
Probably.
It's just horrendous.
Making sure you're not going on
food on a fucking
COVID porn.
On a tray in a Ziploc sealed bag, and the food was disgusting. And if I'd have failed the PCR test, mate, I'd have been in there for 9 days.
Yeah.
Locked in that little cell for 9 days.
9 days in COVID.
But also, I didn't know that we'd lost the suitcase. So the next morning when I rung you to say, can you unpack my bag, please? You were like, oh, I haven't got it, I lost it. So there's me stressed.
No, but I only noticed that when you said it, because I thought, shit, you have a bag somewhere. That's when I rang you.
That's only when you realise.
That's when I realised because
I said to you, "Where's the suitcase?"
And then you then I was like, oh shit, and that was when I tried ringing up.
So
who did you ring up? You rang up the.
I rang the airport.
I tried ringing up the airport, but
I had to call my mum, and she rang the fucking airport as well.
I could not get through. I was ringing the
neither
number.
did I. It was horrendous. But they finally, luckily, the suitcase was at friggin' security because
Yeah.
South Korea is so hot on theft. If you steal something from Korea, you basically go to prison for 20 years. So yeah, finally got the suitcase back, but neither of us had slept in 2.5 days.
Jet lag
and also,
was bad.
what had happened in the time I wasn't there, Brad?
Oh, Nick took me out.
DKU's member of staff decided to say, Brad, would you like to go for dinner, drinks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something you offer.
Yeah, and he took me to a Korean barbecue. Went in there, and he's like, oh, have you ever tried soju? And he was like handed it to me, and he poured it. I was like, what the fuck? Just give me the bottle. And he's like, no. He poured me these little shots. I didn't realise how strong they were. I thought it was just normal wine.
That's why all South Koreans are alcoholics.
It's not. It's fucking like 20%.
Yeah.
I wonder I was fucked.
But they put it in beer. They just drop it straight into a beer.
Oh, is it? That's a clever idea.
Yeah,
I think
terrible.
of that.
Terrible.
Then I was like, what the fuck? This is a little bit stronger than I thought. And I was eating all this food. Then we walked out of the restaurant. This is honest truth. We walked out. Thought, we're going back now. And he took me into another restaurant and ordered another Korean barbecue and got more so because he was half cut too. He must have been because he was.
Yeah, but he didn't have a fight in 3 days.
No. But I wasn't also worried about the fight in the slightest.
No, but you had
Which doesn't help. That's why BKB is better.
Yeah, you actually care.
I care. I don't want, and it hurts. Really hurt. I've only been hit a couple of times in BKB. Fucking stings. You can actually, even if you go like that now, it's not pleasant. Not pleasant. But luckily, my last opponent had bitch mitts and his hands broke, so it's not too bad. But I've been told I got a hard head, but I don't know. I mean, he did have small hands as well. So, and they were, before the fight, I saw them. They were like fucking whoop, where they'd been broke so many times.
I think that's part of BKB, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but I got no interest in hitting someone as hard as I can in BKB.
No.
My hands are collapsed, or his face will, hopefully.
Yeah, so South Korea in general, obviously, we had a day and a half of kind of doing nothing. We had the weigh-ins, the ceremonial weigh-ins, where you came in.
As well.
Oh, the bloody PCR
Fucking
test.
hell, man.
They were like, oh, it'll take 10 minutes. We were there for 3.5 hours.
Oh, mate. We had a PCR test before we left, PCR test when we were there, PCR test before we left again, PCR test when we got back.
Yeah, it was horrendous.
Yeah, they're 80 quid each.
Yeah,
in all fairness,
we didn't pay for it when we were there.
It was on the bank of Mr. Kim. So
the multi-billionaire that owns Spuani gym chain, like 90 plus gyms throughout South Korea. The guy's a
lovely guy.
Lovely lad. Yeah.
Lovely guy.
Yeah.
So Brad. You, my friend, you good, Mr. Kim? You good? Tired.
This is the big boss man.
Tired today. Jet lagged.
Yeah. Minted.
Very...
What does your son? What car does your son drive? Oh, just a Bentley. Broke. Wait, your daughter. Bentley. You have a son. Bentley. Do you own Bentley by any chance?
Yeah.
But no. So then, obviously, coming up to the fight. So obviously not much because we did fuck all between that. There was no.
Well,
nothing. It was just.
They didn't give us a gym. They didn't provide us.
Oh, and then we found out.
That the gym, the hotel we were staying in, had Mad Dog underneath it.
It had the biggest MMA gym in Seoul underneath it.
Yeah,
for fuck's
but it was
sake.
locked because we arrived there on a Friday.
Yeah.
Friday evening. The fight was on a Sunday.
Yeah,
the gym was shut all
They
weekend.
didn't even let us know.
No,
is there a gym we can train at? No, not round there. Apart from the fact that you got a fucking full-blown MMA gym downstairs.
Yeah.
So we could have done that the whole time.
That was disappointing.
Bloody hell.
That would have actually probably kept you sane because you would have just been like, instead of going to the.
I'd have just taught lessons for free. Just gone down there.
No, but you instead of drinking, you would have
gone down
trained.
There.
Yeah, you would have just trained.
Bear in mind, I had literally no contact with you for 24 hours on my own.
It was bad.
Sat on my own like that. And what makes it worse, in Korea, God, thank God they don't have this in England. They have like a little convenience store at the bottom.
Yeah, in every single hotel.
They have a convenience store, and it's so cheap compared to England. Is that £4
for a bottle of whiskey?
Buy 2. Buy 2, one for now. One for when Joe goes to bed.
Yeah.
But it made no difference. I could not sleep.
No.
And then I don't think I slept the whole time.
We were 12 hours behind on time zone. We were eating salty food. We were jet lagged like crazy. We were stressed, anxiety, going through withdrawal potentially, but you were keeping yourself topped up. I was a mess. I didn't sleep for 4 days. I had the first ever panic attack I've ever had. That was the night after the fight. I was led in your room. You were part drunk, part just a mess. You fell off the bed. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I was led on the help.
I was led on the floor, and suddenly I just see this set of legs just fly up in the air, and Brad goes tumbling off the bed. I hear his head smash the bedside cabinet. The phone goes everywhere. A bottle of water goes fucking flying.
What did I say? Fucking cunt.
fuck. All I heard was just fuck. And then you just carried on snoring. Just carried on.
It comes day of the fight. It was a really weird thing because it was in the middle of the day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like 1 o'clock or something like that.
Well, the fact that the whole thing was done under COVID procedures as well. It was in an old, a brand spanking new multi-million-pound news broadcasting studio. A ring bigger than I've ever seen before. That ring was
like a warehouse.
Huge. It was ridiculous. It was so that DK could run away.
Mate,
I'm convinced of it. It had
because
to
of the 2 meter rule. He had to stay
Yeah.
2 meters away from me the whole time. Do you know what I mean? I'm surprised he didn't do a fucking PCR test in between rounds.
Yeah, well, he just sat on the stool for
Do you know what I mean?
45 seconds longer than he should have done.
If any of you have seen the fight, don't really bother. It was crap. It was really crap. He was just literally cuddling and running.
It's
like,
hard
and
to
falling.
hit someone that's running away.
People, I don't know. When they come at you, it can be lethal. You can
And
land
then when
good
you do
counters.
hit them, when your gloves are the spongiest, softest things
They
you've
were
ever
horrendous.
seen.
I wouldn't even spar in them.
Admittedly, you weren't on your best game.
No, that was
And
3 years
that's a
before.
shame because obviously we bigged it up, we sold it.
Mate, I did tarnish your mind.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't like it was
No, he
close.
was fucked. The fact
He
that between rounds he basically jumped into a cryo
he kept doing,
chamber
wasn't it?
between each.
Yeah, mate.
He had
I
more
know.
ice packs.
I remember why I didn't gas now, because I had 3 minute breaks between each round.
Yeah, because
We timed one, it was 140, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, as
140.
soon as he got back in his corner, 4 men jumped in, and it was like a Formula One pit stop. They put
Clever,
ice packs
though.
on his quads, ice pack on his face, ice pack on the back of his neck, ice down both of his arms, and then we just stood in the corner and just watched him, and you were literally like...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I was like, mate, I'm fresh now, I'm ready
Yeah,
to go.
I know.
It's like round 1 again.
But at the same time, you were not in your best form, which
Well,
is a
still,
shame.
Still smoking because I didn't have vapes there.
No,
So
exactly.
I
It was
smoking.
obviously we bigged it up that you were going to smash him in first round, but it was overzealous from us to think that you could just recover like that after 3 years of not competing, bad injuries from like a broken shoulder, no sleep for 3 days.
Oh, mate.
And only 9
didn't
days
sleep.
of
The only
prep.
time I slept was at the dinner table that one time.
Yeah,
The only time I slept was at the dinner table.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you passed
That's
out.
the one time I finally fell asleep
which
in my
I got
dinner.
which I got a video.
Yeah,
of, by the way.
Video who helped us with commentary. We've still obviously got Thomas. We have Nicholas. We have Mr. Kim. And we have an asleep Bradley Scott. The soju and 4 days of no sleep have finally caught up with him.
Yeah, but it was fucking... That food was good though, but I got sick to death of fucking Korean barbecue.
Oh, mate,
Even their Subways are weird.
Yeah.
Was it Subway or Starbucks? Starbucks.
Starbucks, yeah.
Starbucks, wasn't it? You thought they were going to try and poison me. In the end, Nick was wishing, grassing him out, don't want to say anymore. Nick was rooting for me in the end.
Yeah.
He was basically in my corner, wasn't he?
Well, he was.
Yeah,
I remember he smacked you really hard before we walked out. God.
Motherfucker.
He started pounding on your back.
the
and
hardest
I was,
I got hit.
And I was looking at you just like, I could see your blood pressure getting harder, higher.
I don't like being touched before fights.
No, I know.
Fucking irritates me so much. The only person who touches me now is the ref, and that winds me out because he's got fucking dirty fingers. My opponent, and that should be his knuckles, I hope. And they keep slapping my back. The massage, it was worth money. I was waiting for a happy ending. It was a good massage. He was professional. And Nick was also, Nick probably could have beat DKU in a fight. It turns out he's quite a badass. You saw his fights. And then, just to let you know, DKU,
He was nice. He was a
he
nice
was a
guy.
nice guy.
He was a nice guy, and that's the problem.
You
I
want
almost
these
needed him
lens
to be an asshole.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was fucking polite. He was really
Yeah.
nice. I wore his glasses for most of the night.
Yeah, that was. It was a fun meal.
Which made me realise I look good in glasses now. I'm not wearing glasses because we're filming now, but I
Do wear
probably
glasses.
should do because I'm struggling to see my own face on camera. Hi, it's me.
We got back from Korea, which was a long old trip. We were only there for 4 days, but
Joe wasn't allowed in the lounge.
oh my god, I kicked off.
I was fuming. That's
Yeah.
the one thing I want to get. Free cognac. Right?
Yeah, and free food.
Free food.
Free food, free
Coffee,
food for him.
breakfast.
Yeah.
No,
and
I
I got turned away at the lounge because I wasn't vaccinated. They were like, I was like, why is there COVID in there? Are we all in danger? They're like, no. I was like, why the fuck does it matter then?
Yeah, it's just
It
annoying.
was ridiculous.
It's
So-
the PCR test on the last
Yeah.
day of Korea. That
Oh,
was the when
that one
when
sucked.
Joe went, I just want to go home.
mate,
My pussy's leaking.
I was so fucking upset.
You were broken, weren't
I
you?
was broken, mate. Look, trying to look after you for 9 days,
Yeah.
and then 4 days away was honestly the hardest fucking experience
Yeah.
of my life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure back in the day, like when you were traveling out to Australia, like, you were fine. But it's because you were in the state that you were, as injured as you were, as out of shape that you were, with the habits that you had, trying to keep you on the straight and narrow for 9 days was just, it was like trying to train a lion not to
But
eat
in all
you.
fairness, I didn't drink much after the fight.
No.
Next day I did.
Yeah, next day.
Next day.
Yeah, in fact, you passed out during dinner.
Well, mate, I don't think that was
In front
too much
of a billionaire.
I don't think that was too much. That's the only billionaire I've met as well.
Yeah, no, me too.
Boom, son. What's it like being so rich? I don't know.
Yeah, so we landed back in the UK. This is where it got funny as well when at the PCR tests. So you went back to your house, I was at mine, but I had both of our tests at my house. So I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to send them both
This
off.
is my favourite
So
part
I
of the
swapped
story.
my nose with my test, put it down, grabbed Brad's test, swapped the same nose, send him off, put it in the package, gone. Results come back.
Joe got COVID.
And who didn't have COVID?
Boy, I can't
You didn't.
How long did I had to wait 7 days before I could leave
you
my
could-
house.
no,
I had to wait 7 days.
I thought you went straight out.
No, I mean, I did go out.
Yeah.
But
I didn't.
It doesn't
I
make
had-
a difference.
I had the NHS fuckers and a police officer turn up at my house to make sure I was there.
Yeah.
It was horrendous. I was just like, what the fuck? It's like, literally, they came from the same nose and you've got a negative test and a positive test.
Yeah.
From then on, I knew it was absolute bullshit. Well, I already knew that, but kind of pissed from there. But then from then on, we kind of didn't really see each other for a couple of months. So we didn't film much between January and April time. And then, annoyingly, I had an accident in the gym. Where I say accident.
Joe got pregnant.
Yeah, I grew a pussy.
They, them.
No, I broke my neck. In all
Yeah,
honesty,
it's not
it was a
the pressure.
shitty,
I broke my
stupidly,
neck.
didn't tap to a cross collar choke from a guy much stronger than me. And when I
Collar choke.
cross collar choke from guard,
You got a minge neck.
pathetic, mate.
You got a spine in you,
He
or
was
what?
this dude is strong as fuck. He pulled me in. I tried to fight the grips, and as I've
I reckon you loosened up your neck for a little bit when you went to that and you would relax your neck.
and no, but
it
then
went.
I tried to throw my body back.
broke your own neck.
I broke my own neck.
Wow.
Yeah, I broke my own neck.
You're going to delete that from the footage? You're
No,
going to let
no,
everyone know
no,
that?
no,
I would
I
take
broke
that to
my
my
own
grave.
neck. It was a complete,
I broke my nose.
yeah, it was pathetic, mate. It was
Wow.
And instantly my hands dropped to my side. The whole world did a 180 flip inside my own head. And I basically felt like I was on acid for like 20 minutes. Like the whole world was all wiggly and
go
wavy.
ding?
Oh, mate, I was pinging. Oh,
Yeah,
arms were
yeah.
on fire. I felt like if I was in a movie, I could have shot electricity out my fingers. And it was hell. Like it
Teddy
was
watches Marvel shit.
it was horrible. I was out for, I couldn't do any, well, I had 2 MRI scans. They confirmed that I'd broken my C5 and C6. And I had a 15% impairment on my spinal cord. And basically my hands were completely useless for like 4 months. So filming, being the tech guy, I couldn't film, I couldn't edit. And I kind of fell into a little bit of a sad depression state as well. Just
Because you can't do anything.
Because I couldn't do anything. Like I was told, don't lift anything more than 5K. Just because it's
That's
just
like your 1 rep max.
I know,
anyway.
right? Exactly. And
Beat your PB.
don't even no hit in a bag because the shock and the jolt can hurt. No rolling, no nothing. And I just got fat and useless for best part of 6 months. But the doctor said to me, he said you can either recover naturally or we can slice and dice, and you might have a quicker recovery. But there are also the potentialities of things going wrong. So I chose to be like, you know what? I don't.
Infection.
I'll just sit around and do nothing.
Death.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
yeah,
waking
those
up.
things. I was just like, you know what? I'll take this one on the.
I'd have
chin.
been like, chop me open, baby. Give me that morphine.
Yeah.
Straight in.
So we didn't film for between February and September.
We couldn't.
We couldn't. Like I was posting shorts on YouTube, just trying to get some views, but in turn, I cost us the channel by posting other people's content. Basically, I was doing what you would use Instagram for. I was resharing videos from Instagram. And instead of just hitting like that reshare button to your own profile, I was taking them, downloading them, and then posting them on YouTube, which was great for views. I think we had 47 million views in a month from shorts, which was crazy. And subs went through the roof,
Yeah,
and other views came round, and we got offered a few things. And next thing you know, you got offered some bare knuckle fights.
So there's a funny story to this. I said my drinking's good now. Yeah.
Yeah, but you drink like a normal person, so you have a glass of wine with dinner, a beer on the weekend. It's just that, like a normal person.
We only ever drink at home. We will go out to the odd pub and that and have a pint.
But if you have a pint with dinner, exactly.
Yeah,
whereas
it'd
before,
be with a meal.
rather than waking up and rolling over and finishing off the bottle of whiskey from the night before, or driving to work and thinking about the one you can have on your lunch break, it's now under control.
Yeah, so I don't drink in a day at all. I got drunk one night with Emma. We were laughing, singing karaoke on YouTube, as we always do. I accepted a fight. Woke up in the morning to all these emails about the fight. And I was like, what fucking fight? Boom. Panda's messaging me. Luke News, I accepted the fight. I accepted a fight for $1,000. What's the guy like? He better be shit if it's $1,000.
That's not
and
a lot of money.
And then they
for
sent me a video of a 6-second clip of him knocking out someone.
in a field.
In a field. Because he needed some new tyres for his car. And I was like, and I've done some more research on him, and I went, this guy's fucking crap. Nice guy, I do if Simon watched it. Nice guy, but you were shit at the time. You might have got better now. He was a lot heavier than me. Do you remember at the weigh-ins? We weighed in, they go, oh, you're about the same size. Oh, he fuck.
Like fuck.
He's about 20 kilos heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I did train for that. I trained at a nice gym, Bishop's boxing gym.
Built like a bag of milk as well. He had
He
no
was
muscle
a bit
tone
jelly
at all.
belly.
Yeah.
I remember his missus, I don't know if you remember, his missus ran over to the cage and went, you fucking cunt. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, mate, I've got the audio from the fight, and it's just people going, Simon, Simon, and every time you hit him, they were like, oh, shit. Blood flying everywhere, and they're just like gradually getting quieter and quieter.
And when I say I didn't get hit in that fight, I mean I did not get hit once.
You could have smashed him in the first. You could have dropped him, but you're being nice.
In all fairness, mate, in the second, I asked the ref to stop it after the first round. I said, I think this needs to be stopped. And I dislocated my finger. I was looking for a way out. Which, by the way, it's still, see that fact? It still has not done it. Oh.
Yeah! Get the fuck down here, you fat fuck!
I shouldn't have put it back in myself. Well, I had no choice to put it back in.
You were in the middle of
I couldn't just
I
go,
caught that perfectly on the video
like,
as well.
like that. Yeah, I went,
Yanking on your fingers.
put it back. Oh, pop, back in. Yep, never going to be the same. What a twat. I don't think I missed a punch.
No, everything landed. Everything landed
Fucking
clean.
tore his face off.
Yeah.
I felt really bad for him. And like, at the end, when I was starting to tee off on him, and I would just pick the pace up a little bit, I wasn't missing anything. He was walking on to every shot.
You could have destroyed him.
I could have just come out and nailed him straight away.
Yeah, if you'd have come out like a bare knuckle boxer does, just like someone who's fully committed to, I'm going to bust my own face, I'm going to fuck my own hands up, throw caution to the wind, yeah, you would have smashed him.
You would have been over in about 10 seconds, yeah.
Which is a fair analysis. That's not us being
That's not being
bragging,
big-headed. Because the fight was so one-sided, it was unreal. It wasn't even close.
But I would like for you to start doing a little more careless. But obviously, it's not my face and not my hands.
Yeah, it's my hands and face. As long as you're all right, Joe, in the corner.
And they're going, fucking hit him! Especially Danny as well. Danny was going fucking tits.
Oh, Danny goes fucking mental, man. He's fucking, he loves it. He loves it more than me. I don't know why, he's a good fighter. I'm saying, why didn't he just do it?
So that was September, wasn't it?
I went on holiday after that.
Yeah,
Went on holiday
I
to
started
Turkey,
talking. I started talking to Jim from BKB, saying that you were interested, and they invited us up to London for. It was like a pre-event.
It's like what we do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we just went along just to shake some hands and meet some faces and put names to faces and whatnot. But they had so that was October, I think. We went up.
Voila! Now it's mine. Give it to me. Like all your money when you've lost our views. Money, money. Give it to me. Boom,
Yeah, so that's the British Cruiserweight champ.
I still don't know what cruiserweight is. I've been told so many different weights.
Yeah.
I weighed in at 94.8 kilos. He weighed in at 97.8.
We were told 95.
We were told 95. He was told 102.
Yeah,
that's not really fair. I mean, he didn't look big. When I saw him the day before, he did not look. He was 102 when he weighed on the day before, and it's weird because he didn't look bigger than me.
No.
I think I was so used to being 110 kilos when I was next, and then all of a sudden I'm 95, quite lean again.
Well, that was lovely, wasn't it? That dude.
That was the other one. That was.
That's your first one. That's one we're talking about.
Yeah, that was another one as well. What do you weigh? What do you weigh? That'd do.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest weigh-in of my life.
Which is a shame that's. I get that obviously they don't want to go cancelling fights on cards because the last thing they want is to have a card which is 3 fights down because fighters miss weight. But I think the only way to really develop the sport is to become strict, to become legitimate, to pay fighters better, and then also to build a ranking system which is actually legitimized by people actually being able to compete regularly at the same correct weight class.
I agree with you, because he was told one way, I was told another way.
I'm gutted I missed that one, but again, I hurt myself, didn't I?
Oh, the lovely one?
Yeah.
Oh, that was that was it. So the lovely fight, that was my first BKB. So after that,
so that was December.
I thought I'd have another one.
Was that December?
Not a fucking clue.
No, it was December, yeah. So
it was just before Christmas.
yeah, so this was December. So I made my recovery from my broken neck. Everything was fine. I started training again beginning of October. And I didn't roll at first doing jiu-jitsu. So I started going back doing a bit of kickboxing stuff as well at Spartans. And then I was rolling with my coach, my professor, and he had me in mount, and I went to get my hips up so I could kind of buck him off, and I popped my groin and I herniated my guts, and I had a fucking gigantic golf ball sized lump come out of my groin, and it pinched instantly, and I basically couldn't go for a shit for 4 days. And they said, well, this is, unless we operate straight away, this will be potentially life-threatening.
See, I would have spiked him with prune juice, put prune juice and everything.
No, it
so
was
had
bad.
no choice but
oh, mate, I was taking laxatives trying to get that fucker through, but I literally had like, it was like somebody pinched a hose pipe.
Fucking disgusting.
And yeah, so the day before his BKB debut, I was under the knife.
You were under the knife, yes, you couldn't come no matter what.
I couldn't come, yeah, I was fucked.
Yeah, so...
spent 4 days in bed. Like,
that was the interest, that was a really...
I wish I was there, because that one you performed...
To fight originally?
I thought it was lovely.
It wasn't meant to be him, it was meant to be Jamie... Doesn't matter. I was meant to fight...
Jamie Bartlett?
No.
I thought that's who you just fought.
No, that was Ryan Barrett or Bartlett, whatever his name is.
Yeah, so yeah, so it was Jamie Bartlett, I think it was, and then you fought Ryan Barrett, didn't you?
Something like that, doesn't matter. But so Jamie was the one I was going to fight first, and that wasn't for the title.
No.
It was just my first fight for BKB. I thought that would have been a good fight for me because he was quite sloppy. And then I got given Lovely at the last minute.
Andre Lovely.
Andre Lovely. Not lovely guy, not a good
Lovely
fighter.
by name, lovely by name.
Yeah, lovely by name, yeah. Not lovely technique though.
No.
He was fucking huge.
No, you pieced him up though.
I didn't even get a chance to do anything.
No, but you pieced him up.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that was going to land as well.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to land.
That's your trademark kind of... You've taught that technique to every single beginner's class.
Jab cross.
Yeah.
1, 1, 2.
Yeah, I know. Real super simple, but it's also your footwork.
Yeah.
Offside to the shooter. Over there, 1, 10, 11, 12, 13. If you're not more 15, 16. We're done.
Andre Lovely didn't last long at all.
Yeah, I felt that I still hadn't had any skills tested. I still hadn't been hit. Well, he sort of did like as you come in, he sort of leant back, just straight up walked into his fist basically, right? Just like, oh, looking back. Like, why did I do that? But in the end, I put my hands down because I wanted to draw
the commentators said, oh, Brad Scott's technique is a bit weird. He's not going to go very far in this sport if he keeps doing that. 4 seconds later, he's face down on the floor, blood pissing out his face.
4 seconds later, he's there with his nose. He could sniff his own fart.
Yeah. It was sideways.
Yeah, it was
It was one of the best knockouts of the night, I think. In terms of technique, it was clean. Like it wasn't just someone gets caught with something crazy and then people go down. But yeah, it was a really good technique. But what that led to was essentially you announcing yourself into the division that you were ready to make a name for yourself again.
And then that was when I trained properly.
Yeah.
And that was when I woke up, and then believe it or not.
Well, that's when you started going back to BMAC. You actually started training with
4 times a week, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
I was training. So obviously then for the last fight I just had for the title, did I mention I'm the British boxing cruise? Yeah. Which is amazing. See, and I trained 3 weeks. I got 3 months notice. Perfect. Then I had, for the first month, I just lifted as much as I could. Didn't cut any weight at all. But yeah, that's it. Because then I remember 6 weeks out, I done it. Done weights and technique first, then I dieted and done cardio, and the weight just fucking dropped off me so fast. I lost like 15 kilos in 3 months. Well, 2 months. It went just because it was all excess blubber, wasn't it? I was living off blubber. So then I got my weight down. You had a good weight cut. So the day before, the weigh-in, day before the fight, took a load of laxatives, got on the scales, 2 kilos over. I was gone within 6 hours.
And then you got there and they said,
got there, I was allowed a drink.
What weight are you actually fighting at? And they were like,
So I didn't even have to take laxatives. Fucking hell.
And that fight went good. Like it
went all right.
Yeah, it went all right.
Dirty little tricks in there, but you've got to expect that he's trying to get one in at least.
Exactly, yeah.
I got hit, what, twice?
2 or 3 times.
One of them was illegal. Punch,
yeah, one of them was illegal.
Dirty bastard. He even said he had to get one in. I was like,
yeah, of course
at least he's honest. He could have said, I didn't hear you.
Oh, good shot. Again.
Referee taking.
Who's in charge? I'm the gaffer here.
Hey, take no mess in there, is he?
Because I had to get one in, at least you knew. Because I got, as the round, I got better as the fight went on. I got better.
Well, you always do. You like to come out and range guess.
Yeah.
You like to find your opponent's range, his distance, his speed, his timing. See what he's going to throw.
He almost felt slow in front of me.
Oh,
as well.
He did look
felt
slow.
Really, oh, fuck's
he
sake.
looked slow.
I meant to say, he was quite quick. It was just my ninja reactions.
He was slow to react to anything you did, but he was explosive at the wrong times. At a time where he should have been countering what you were doing, he was throwing when your hands were up, and like you said, he was awkward. You don't expect someone to come at you when you're on your rhythm step, but he was. It's a typical BKB fighter. He was ready to get bloody.
He was come charging in, but I remember I landed one jab. It was just perfect.
The commentary didn't even talk, didn't even notice it.
Carry it up from the southpaw stance, not having too much success, but
I like a boxer who switches.
He fell against the ropes, like proper, like WWE style, like bounced
Split
off
his
the
whole
rope,
face open.
split his eyebrows open. He had like a T cross, cross between his eyebrows. Yeah,
clout
blood
everywhere.
splitting everywhere.
I had blood all over me. Fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
Bet he didn't get tested. Yeah, no. HIV positive. No, I had 2 black eyes, but that was from that cheeky right hook he threw after the ref says break away.
Yeah, and it came over the top.
Came over the top, hit me with a right hook. Didn't really hurt.
No.
I wasn't happy about it.
No.
I was fighting. In fact, it probably woke me up a bit. I was like, that's it. The best thing that happened to me, I got hit straight away. Went and touched gloves. He hit me with that hook. So,
Get underway. They touch hands. Ryan Barrett.
I think, fuck, woke me up. Boom, let's go. It was go time. And then by the end of the fight,
it's funny how fighters say they need that. They need that wake up.
That's it now.
Yeah, they need to snap into the different animal, because before you step through that ring, you're Brad. Whereas the moment you go through those ropes, you need to activate a different animal. You need to activate the primeval.
Become the bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, every punch I threw fucking landed, and he could not get a hit in. And there's actually a cool clip of me. I go like that here, and he throws 2 left hooks. I don't even blink. I'd look at him 1, 2, then I'd come back with a jab or come with a right. But I caught him with that as well. And then after that, I wasn't missing. He wasn't landing anything, and he hurt his hands. So he called it in. He wasn't going to win after that. That was it. And he was also absolutely exhausted. Because I noticed we'd watched it over and over again. He likes to play a strong clinch game. You want to play a clinch game? I've wrestled for 10 years. We'll see how this goes.
Well, you turned the corner on him. Yeah, you turned the corner on him.
Gone.
Yeah.
I didn't like the idea they don't let you fight in a clinch. Why the fuck not? They do in BKFC.
Yeah.
They need to they should be allowed to play in the clinch more. He even got told off to have my hands open. He's had his hand open the whole fucking fight. I don't know what the ref's got a thing for me, I reckon. Well, I'll come out wrong. Got something against me.
If they do allow you to do that, then you're way more dangerous. Yeah, because like you said, you have the experience of...
Yeah, well, I can trap hands really well. Yeah. I've done it lots. And I'm good inside. JGB's good inside too. He's even more soul destroying because you can't grab his hands. He's like, he does look like he's moving in slow motion and it still lands. It's like, what? So no, it's been really... And that was the last fight. Obviously now we're waiting.
Going forward. Yeah, so we're waiting for a match for the next event.
Oh yeah, we got a YouTube channel back.
Yeah, that's the main reason why we're here, guys. The fact that we are here.
That's the next bit.
We had no idea it was coming back. I hadn't thought about it.
I found it.
Yeah, I get a random phone call.
Emma found it because
found it.
she can't tell you what we were doing. We're laughing at one of our friends. You know the story. We'll keep that quiet. Yeah. We were laughing, and then we just scrolled down the next video. It's like, oh, Fight Bill wasn't there. How's that happened? Like, what? I thought it must be like one of your Instagram
someone
clips.
must have
I looked at
reshared
it and I was like, shit, it's back. And I went on my phone, YouTube, the Fight Bible comes up, clip. I said, oh shit, Joe must know. She's like, no, ring him.
Nope, I had
He
no
knows, he knows. Of course he does. He's on his fucking, always on shit like that. I rang him up.
Problem is,
My YouTube channel's back, Joe.
I manage a couple of different channels. So I manage Nick Gleason, who's the Olympic bobsleigh guy. I manage Gareth Gates' channel. I manage my missus' channel. I used to help Jamie with his channel. So I have all of their logins on mine. And I've been logged into Nick's channel for 6 months. So I just hadn't bothered to look.
Yeah, and I was shocked. And then I just said, oh, I didn't even say to you, I said, do you know our channel's back? Because I assumed you did.
I had no idea.
And he's like, hang on a minute, let me just log in. You know what Joe's like with his little bitch mans. It's like typing like fucking. And then all of us like a Chinese production line worker. Like that. Yeah, it's fucking. I was like, oh, it's back. So I thought, when are we going to film then?
And that was like
when are we going to film? That, yeah, but bear in mind.
Well, we were meant to film last weekend. And what happened?
I got fucking clean, mate.
You turned up 5 hours late. On the wrong day.
There was a reason for it. Oh, the wedding. No, not the wedding, the birthday. No, you can't use that against me, mate.
Yeah, I fucking
Fuck's sake.
You were like, we're going to film. I was like, fucking yeah. So I sat there at home, like, waiting for him. Like, where are you? Where are you? On my way, on my way, on my way.
Yeah, but you got to remember with the
oh, we've only got like an hour, though. I was like, fuck, what's the point? What's the point? Do it next weekend, then.
It's because we had the birthday party, but we ended up having 2 birthday parties, so I didn't know, but I forgot my uncle.
So this video is a week late. But by the time this guys comes out, it's irrelevant anyway.
Doesn't matter.
Let's wrap it up. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little conversation between me and Brad. We are back. We intend to do lots and lots of crazy shit. We hope to carry on Brad's career. We're going to follow him through all of his BKB adventures.
Dildo stuff.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun. We're going to bring back the Fight Bible. We're going to have some fun. All of the stuff you guys like to know, plus a few other new things as well. And we'll do some lives as well. Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoyed them. You can't edit the lives when I cunt you off.
He likes to embarrass me on camera, yeah, pretty much.
You can't edit it.
No,
so
exactly.
It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like in Korea.
Yeah.
Oh, my lips are dry.
Oh, fuck off.
Minge. Oh, look. Fucking, I never rolled my eyes so much in my life. Oh, fuck yeah. Do you remember that though?
Of course I fucking do. I was sat there like, shut up, Brad. Pisshead. You fucking...
I wasn't drunk then.
Pretty much.
Fucking hell, even when I keep being drunk when I'm not, when I am, I'm sober. Yeah. But you could never tell at one point if I was drunk or not. Unless you literally breathalyzed me.
I could still tell. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time. Peace out.
Money, money, money. Give it to me.